Hi, I'm Jake Warner. I'm Cycle's CEO and founder. And as you may have seen on Cycle's blog, we are announcing a new integration with Depot. And I wanted to record a quick video to kind of give a quick walkthrough of how the integration process can look and the benefits of it. For those of you who this might be your first video that has to do with Cycle, or if you're new to Depot or you haven't heard of Depot, a little bit of context on both of those. So Cycle is a container orchestration platform. Cycle was built to be a true alternative to Kubernetes for teams that are looking to spend more time on engineering and a little bit less time on DevOps. Just offering a simpler approach there. And Depot is a service that was recently, I guess maybe not recent, I think they went live a couple of years ago, but it's an image building service that allows you to have faster container builds for builds off of like Docker files, things like that. And so recently we've had a number of our users ask for, hey, could you guys integrate with Depot? It would be nice to be able to, add some caching behind our image builds so that those happen faster. And yeah, it sounded like a great idea, and it was one of those features that could immediately be beneficial to all of our users. So we spent a week and a half and integrated it into the platform. So what does this look like? So we have Cycle's interface here. I'm not going to spend any time talking too much about the interface. This is really more of just a video about the specific integration. But we're going to go from our portal down to integrations. On this integrations page, we're going to click Depot, and we can see right now this demo account does not have Depot integrated with it. You can see that it is under the image builder category. So we're going to go ahead and click Add Integration, where it's going to ask for a couple pieces of information for Depot. So we'll jump over to Depot. Inside of Depot, you can see that this is an organization that we have set up here for testing. We have two different projects. We'll click into the Cycle.io dev project, or actually, let's make a new one. We'll just call this Demo Video. Demo video. We'll put it in US East and we will create our project. And so once we create our project, we will go over to settings. We will create a project token. We'll just say that this is a demo key. Create our token, and we'll copy this token, go back over to Cycle. We'll give it a name. Over at Cycle, we'll say this is demo again. We'll say this is Depot demo project. And we'll drop in that token. Now, the neat thing here, as I click Add, is that within Cycle, you can add multiple of these integrations. And that's going to be really important in a second, because you might want to use the same Depot project for multiple builds, or you might have different builds that, for whatever reason, whether it's compliance or something else, you might want to have isolated caches for those builds. But for the sake of this demo, we'll just use that one single project. So now that we've integrated demo here, we're going to go over to images and then sources. So an image source in the Cycle is purely just Cycle's way of referencing an image, or where we can find an image. In this case, this is based off of a Git repo. So if we go into the settings here, we can see this is just a public Git repo. This is for a blog post that we did recently about GitHub Actions, but we're just it's a public repo, so we don't have any authentication details set up here. And you can see that the builder in this image source says use Cycle Factory, which means that Cycle would do the builds. The Cycle's been able to do image builds for a long time, but the image builds the Cycle has done have always been fully atomic, no caching, build from 0 to 100% every single time. And you can see here that build using Cycle's Factory took 1 minute and 33 seconds. So if I go here now, I can choose Depot. This is that Depot integration that we just added, and I can click Update. We have now updated that, and I'll go over to the dashboard. And now when I go up and click Import on the same process that we were doing before, it'll start up. Cycle's Factory is still going to initiate the request, but now it's going to fork that request over to Depot. So if we jump back over to Depot and go to builds, we can see this is the build that we just started. So let's click into that. We can see that it is pulling all the necessary files. It's pulling the build context. For anyone who's done a Docker build before, this looks very familiar. And so this is just, again, Cycle forking the actual build of that container over to Depot, where, again, Depot has caches, et cetera, et cetera. So this should take, I don't know, let's see, it's 33 seconds so far. And the previous build that Cycle did was 1 minute and 33 seconds. So there we go. Oh, sorry. I got ahead of myself. It's not done yet. So 6.5 seconds, 46 seconds completed, and then cycled over here has exported that image. And so from 1 minute and 33 seconds down to 56 seconds, but that was the first build into that project. If we go ahead and do another import, we can see that new import, if we go, we'll go back to the builds again. We can see that it has started, but a lot of these items are already going to be cached, as you can see here. So it'll, we obviously have all those time savings. And so now we're back to here. Total completed time, 14 seconds. So with cycle pulling that image back in, doing some security and compliance checks on our side, we're down to 22 seconds. So obviously this was a very basic example. And for larger images, you might be able to see even larger time savings, but just to be able to go from 1 minute and 33 seconds down to 22 seconds for repeated builds is pretty impressive. We do have a customer who even though we're launching this feature today, we do have a customer who's already been working with this feature with us. I'm kind of doing some testing over the last week, and they've been able to get their builds from, I believe it was like 4.5 minutes down to about 1 minute and 2 seconds. So over, if your dev team is doing 100 builds a day, that's a lot of time saved. So again, this is one of those features that we're particularly excited about, just because very quickly you can save a lot of time with it. And again, it takes less than 60 seconds to set up. And so, yeah, that's the Depot integration with Cycle. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. We'd love to answer them. Additionally, we have a Slack community. If you're new to Cycle, we'd love to have you in our Slack community. You can find that at slack.cycle.io. And yeah, we hope to see you there. Thank you.